Hello, hello. I'm coming to you from outer darkness. You damn Mormons. You make up so much shit. Let me sit down. Sir David the Bard, coming to you from Kangaroo City here in Australia, hiding from the Mormons and hiding from the Danites. The news of my death is premature. You goddamn Mormons. I'm living large. I'm living large off my tithing money. I love not being a Mormon. I love all the Mormons who write in. I don't look at my comments much anymore. There's too many. And, you know, it's kind of like a gynecologist. If you've seen one comment, you've seen them all. Anyway, the Mormons write in and say I'm dead. I'm shot. I'm in outer darkness. The apostate's been called home. You know, people will say to me lately, because this year I've produced a lot less videos. Now, why? There's a couple of reasons why. If you go to a circus and you sit in the front row and you see the clown, you can describe the clown one time. If you sat in the circus for 68 years like I have and watched the Clown Mormon Church, you can only describe it so many ways. Pretty soon, words don't mean anything. They mean nothing. Every time, I'll tell you how you know if a Mormon is lying, if their lips are moving. Oh my God. There's a couple things going on, I'll report, all over the world. I know some of you watch me in other countries and don't get the Utah news and report. One of them is BYU Law School is about to lose its accreditation. ABA. Now, ABA is the American Bar Association. If you graduate from an ABA law school, you can practice law anywhere. If you're not ABA certified, then you have to go to the individual state and pass their state bar, and then you can practice in their state. Well, here comes the discrimination. Like I said, the clown can bend over and show their ass. It looks it's the same ass that Joseph Smith bent over, called Helen Mar Kimball. How many times can you describe a clown? Anyway, BYU is about to lose its reputation and its law accreditation because of discrimination. You know, these things are catching up with the Mormon Church. They're just, you know, it's like a man on fire. It's like a man on fire. You want to put him out, but goddamn, he runs so fast. How can you put a hose on him? That's the Mormon Church. They're on fire. They're running for their lives. They're giving you lies and deception that the Bard is dead. The Bard is not dead. The Bard is living large. I just bought another new car. I've never had so goddamn much money not paying my tithing in my whole life. You know I love my Hyundai turbocharge. You don't buy a turbocharge to go slow. I already burned out all my tires. I gotta buy a whole new set of tires. And I didn't realize that they're 18-inch low-profile tires that go 160 miles an hour. Well, they're not $24.95. And back in my day, you put a retread on it. You just glue. You glue new tread on the outside of a ball tire. But anyway, I love my Hyundai. And I'm telling you, every day, I learned something new about the electronics of that car. So I bought also a new RAV4. Beautiful white RAV4, black and white, and I had to get the navigation in it and the moonroof so I could put this out. You put this out the window to the Mormons, only half the Mormons see it. The other half think you're okay. You do this to the Mormons, they all know they're screwed. They all know they're screwed. So anyway, I'm having fun. Now, there's another report out, and because my technology has changed, YouTube changed, and it... Sorry, I've been sick for a week. Anyway, I went and visited my grandchildren. They coughed on me. Nearly killed me. Maybe the Mormons were right. Maybe they put those fake grandchildren down there. Cough on the bard, we'll give you $1,000. Anyway, the Mormon Church is now starting to sell off assets. It's hurting. It's hurting. I've been in Desert Industries a couple of times in the last month, and they're selling entire row benches. I don't mean 10 feet, 20 feet, I mean like 25-foot bench. Now, I don't know how the hell you put that in your car to take it home. You strap it on top. Well, God, in the Philippines, they'll just put people on it, and you use it as a bus. Chairs from bishops' offices and state president offices. Desks from the authorities in the ward houses. Desert Industries is slowly leaking in refurbished or worn out benches, and they're cashing in. They're getting rid of some stuff. Now, they just sold for $27 million, and this is the Mormons. This is the Mormons. That when you say Mormons, you need to say money. Those two words go right together. M&M. Mormons and money. Anyway, the City Creek Mall is not doing well at all. City Creek, I told you, and I told you 3 years ago, City Creek Mall and Gordon B. Hinckley are two peas in a pod, and it's a pod that needs to go down the poop chute. So anyway, the Mormon Church built a parking lot, I guess, underneath the mall. And if I'm getting this wrong, I just read the article. And I was going to post it, but again, the technology is so different now with YouTube. I used to be able to just click a button, save the article, and put it underneath. Now I gotta... Anyway, there's a $34 million piece of property underneath the Mormons. They sell the rocks on the property. They sell the river on the property. They sell the air over the property. They sell the minerals in the ground. Don't buy anything from the Mormon Church because you get nothing. Anyway, there's a bid now, and I think it's been done. Mormon Church wrote, or the city wrote a check for $27 million because the Mormon Church was hurting for money, and they sold the underground portion of the ownership of the Mormon Church for the City Creek Mall. So you're seeing, again, like I said, when the clown bends over, how long can you describe his ass? His ass looks like an ass. Mormon Church keeps bending over. How many times can I come on here and go, yeah, here's their ass again? So they're hurting for money. They're hurting for members. Right now they're quiet as a church mouse because their discrimination comments, gay and lesbians, has just ruined the church. The Deseret, or the Salt Lake Tribune, just put a survey out to all the Mormons in Utah. Are you having a faith, F-A-I-T-H, crisis? In other words, the newspaper is aware that many people have resigned and have left the Mormon Church or going, what the hell are they doing? We don't go anymore. We're all inactive. So anyway, no, the Mormon Church in its ass has not gotten better. It's the same old ass that I've been looking at for 68 years. They used to take money. Now I drive new cars. I live in absolute luxury. God damn. I got a view, miles and miles of just beautiful countryside. I've got air fresheners in my room, hooked in. I've got fans hooked in. I've got 5 TVs in here doing video cameras and the program here, etc. I've got my in-laws are here. You all want to hear about them. They're doing wonderful. Ty is starting to make a little money. He's down at the gallery. I'm going to take him to Sausalito, California, for their art down there. We're going to go to California next week. I was in St. George a couple of days ago. And my new CCAP machine, I'm not tired ever again. I put that mask on at night at 9 o'clock and I don't do nothing but sleep until 6:30 a.m. Never get up and go to the bathroom. The house catches on fire. I just lay there and sleep. So I'm never tired. I used to sleep at red lights. I don't do that anymore. So anyway, I drive to St. George and my car has a lane warning device on it. So it's good for old people. When I'm driving in the daytime, the lane change never comes up on the computer. When I drive at night, it'll come up every 2 or 3 times a mile. Now I know I'm tired. Now my brain says you're not tired, just keep driving. But the electronics are saying you're hitting the line, you're hitting the line. So I pull over and stop and adjust my garments so that the skid mark is less. Anyway, the bard is not dead. The bard never dies. They've almost fixed my eye. I've done it without a blessing. I've done it without garments. And I've done it without tithing. Obama and Medicare have done a lot for the bard. A lot for the bard. My left eye was going bad. And, my right eye said, hey, fix him. It's too much work. So I told you, I got the needle in the eye, and then I went down and they shot me with a laser 70 times in the back of my eye, and now my eye is pretty good. And they said, well, a couple of months we're going to do a cataract surgery, and we'll take that cloud off of that eye. I said, man, you're doing all this without a Jesus blessing. He said, we don't use Jesus blessings. We use education, science, and machinery. Well, okay, well, I'll take that rather than Jesus. So anyway, my girls are doing good. Abigail, goddamn, she works so hard. And she got a brand new car and friends, and my little lesbian is just popular and enjoying her life. My 13-year-old is a typical 13-year-old. I bought her some makeup, some foundation, and her mother just chewed my ass out mercifully. You don't give foundation to a 13-year-old. Well, I do. So anyway, my kids are doing good. My in-laws are doing wonderful. My health is up and going. I drive every day, 150 miles a day. I drive to St. George. I'm driving over to California. And I think in the summer I'm going to drive to New England. I'd like to go to Boston and the Berkshires. And so the bard is alive and well. I can afford now to travel. I can afford a TV and, in my car, I've got a navigation system, and she's so cute. She'll say, how can I help you? And I'll say, well, you could take your clothes off. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. And, well, let me say it again. You can take your clothes off. I don't understand. I said, you sweet thing. So then I have to call this person, call that. So I love my navigation system, I do. And now the new truck has it on there too, and it's 4-wheel drive, and we can climb through the snowbanks, and we never get stuck. We're always pulling the Mormons out of the ditch with their bald tires and 18 kids backed in the back of the station wagon. So anyway, the church is hurting, its ass looks the same, and the bard is enjoying life. God, I'm just really, I sleep well, I have a bed. I told you this, goes up and down, the bottom goes up, and the machine that helps me sleep, the computer that keeps me totally alive, and my sugars are down. My A1C is 6.7, so I'm not going anywhere bad. My open heart surgery, it's healed very, very good without garments and without a blessing, just money. And, only Dick Cheney has more hearts than I do. So anyway, the Mormons are lying to you again. Never listen to the words of a Mormon. I have said this to you over and over. Watch what they do. Watch what they do. Don't listen to them. A Mormon can't tell the truth. They don't know the truth. They can't tell the truth. So anyway, it's been pretty quiet in the Utah area. We've got the legislation up now. They're trying to take down what they call the Zion Wall. In Utah, when you go into a restaurant or a bar, you're not allowed to see them pour the drinks. They have to go behind a curtain, pour the drinks, and then come back out because the Mormon church thinks that the children in the restaurant will start drinking. So they're trying to get the Iron Curtain down finally, or the Zion Curtain down. And there's more and more non-members. Utah is becoming a better place to live. It's very, very gay-friendly. we finally got a lesbian mayor downtown in Salt Lake City, and she fired all the old boys down there, and they can't believe it. They can't believe it. We've been fired. We've been fired. The Mormon Church just came out against medical marijuana. It says, let the kids suffer. We don't care. We got to be against everybody and everything. So their ass is up in the air again. And it's been pretty quiet. It's been pretty quiet. We're going to go on a cruise with my tithing money again. We're going on a cruise. I don't know where we're going to go. Every cruise ship I've seen is either sunk, or it's in high tide in a storm, or it has shit on the bottom level. The toilets quit working. So I think I'm going to get a real discount if I get on the shit ship. I don't know if they got it cleaned up yet or not, but I'll just go up 1 or 2 floors. I don't want to be in the shit, but you know, as long as the smell's not bad up there. So anyway, we're thinking of going on a cruise. And I'm living it up. I'm living it up. I love it. Get to go out to dinner 3, 4, 7 times a week. Get to buy lunch everywhere. I remember the days when I was in the Mormon church, I was so damn poor, I couldn't buy a McDonald's hamburger. I'd have to go in and say, can you give me a hamburger with no sesame seeds on it? It's cheaper, isn't it? God, these days I've got, I don't know, 20, 25 credit cards. I've got credit up the kazoo. I live for free. I love lobster and steak. I'm living better than I ever lived as a Mormon. And I'm living better than most Mormons. And I feel good. I've said what I've had to say about my experience in the Mormon church. I've had a lot of fun on my videos. I'm not going to quit them, but I'm going to take some time and enjoy my life. I'm going places, I'm doing things. And I wear my rock sometimes and my top hat, my Joseph Smith hat, in the community. They hate me. The whole community just hates me. Well, it's okay. I hate them. I put my rock in my hat. I'm a little kangaroo. I have a seeing eye kangaroo. And Becky is cute as can be with that rock and that hat on her. So anyway, everything is good. I wish there was more sex. But one reason I had to get my eye fixed is, you know, with pornography, if you only got one eye, it gets very tired. Let me tell you, if you only got one eye and you're watching pornography, you go to sleep. And I'd hate to go to sleep with my computer on and then have my kids come in. Say, Dad died, but he was looking at naked girls. Well, that's what killed him. So anyway, I'm getting the old left eye back up so he can see what he needs to see. And I'm studying right now to be a gynecologist. Anyway, I appreciate my friends. And those of you that look at the Mormons, you know, on RFM, Reformed Mormonism, they say, don't feed the trolls. I didn't know what that meant. I do now. I've looked at a couple of the comments, and I guess I've picked up a couple of trolls. And when you argue with a troll, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. When you feed a troll, you encourage them. So when you find people that are Mormons, that are stupid, they say I'm dead, they say this, they say that, the best thing to do is ignore them. And they do go away. If you don't feed the trolls, they will starve to death and they'll finally, you know, go chew on somebody else. But I love my audience. You've given me a whole new life, a whole new purpose in life. I'm working. I make a little bit of extra money, which I love, and I can finally afford $30 for a foundation for my 13-year-old. I couldn't even afford braces on my kids when I was a Mormon. And I got new tires. I ordered new tires for my car, and they're not even bald yet. When I was a Mormon, I drove them right to the tread, right to the steel belts. You could see the steel sticking out of the tire. And they say, I think that tire needs to be replaced. And I'd look at it and go, no, it's got a few more miles on it. So I never had the new cars that I have now. I never had the safety, the security, the peace, the contentment, the happiness. I have a wonderful wife, wonderful family. My Mormon children, I all put up for adoption. I don't know if anyone ever adopted them, but they'll find out. Those kinds of people are not loyal to humans. They're loyal to garments and health in the navel, marrow in the bone. Oh God, hear the words of my mouth shit. Mormons don't love their parents. If you're a gay Mormon child, you have to denounce your parents to even get baptized in the Mormon church. So anyway, like I said, when you've seen a bare ass for 68 years and you've described it in 2,000 videos, it's hard to describe it more. It doesn't change that much. So anyway, I just want to let you know I'm alive and well. I'm enjoying life, and I want you to enjoy life. If the Mormon church floats your cruise ship, you're on the Titanic or the shit ship. But you like it? Row! Row! I'm done rowing. I sit in my chair, have my Coke and my potato chips, and I have dental and medical and heart and healing this and healing that, and a bed. Now, the bed is for Marie Osmond. You know, it goes up and down. I don't go up and down much anymore, but if Marie ever shows up, I want to have something that goes up and down that I can climb on. Other than Marie. So anyway, my grandchildren were playing with this last night, and they lost the remote, and oh my God. I'm having a great time with my grandchildren. They're growing up and working. They're happy. Half of my grandchildren are Hispanic, and so I just call them brown people. Grandpa called me brown. Well, you are brown. So anyway, I want you to enjoy yourselves. I want you to feel that when I go, I'm going to go, and you'll know that I'm gone, and I'm not going to describe that, and I'm not going to detail that. But I can assure you, when the Bard is done with my show and done talking about the Mormon Church, and basically I've worn out this container that I'm living in, you'll know. You'll see it and you'll know. And that's a secret. That's a secret. So, pay me, lay me, and ail me, or God, hear the words of my mouth repeated 3 times. That's the true order of prayer. And health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins and the sinews, power and priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. That's the name of the second token of the Melchizedek priesthood, the patriarchal grip or sure sign of the nail. I haven't burned up, Mormons. God didn't come and get me. I would think if God came and get me, you Mormons would go, see? God wanted him on the other side. God needed a Bard. And he needed that Bard, so he took him. Well, he ain't taking me nowhere, and I'll tell you something else. I'm going to tell you something else. I think, I try to think, and I love to think. Most humans don't, and there's no one to talk to but this camera, because most people can't understand being outside the box. Now, I have my first question. I'm writing up my questions for Jesus. When I die, those of you that are Christian, you think I'm going to meet Jesus. He's going to have open arms and say, welcome, Bard. Well, I don't want to be welcomed by Jesus. Now, here's my first question. Jesus, you're God and you're the King of the universe. Yes, I am. You created our body. Yes, after your own body. Yes, I did. So now let me ask you something. Jesus, Mr. Jesus, Mr. Christ, I don't know, what's he go by? Mr. Jesus or Miss, who knows? Jesus M. Christ, like the Mormons always have to have a middle initial. Anyway, I'll say Jesus. Now, I've got an idea for the human body that I think is better than your idea. First of all, I'm not going to put boobs on men. Why did you do that? It looks stupid. They don't use them. There's no reason for men to have boobs. So I don't believe you're a god. I can do better with building a body. Now, for the women, why do you have their boobs grow out, and from 13 until 20, roughly, they don't even use them? And they use them maybe from 20 to 35, and then after that, they're still there. And they sag down to their knees. Why don't you have women's boobs grow out when they're pregnant and go back in after the baby is done eating? Why do you have boobs forever? That's B-O-F. Boobs forever. No, that's BF. I don't know. Dementia. It is coming in there, and I'm having some fun with that because I can't remember anything. I know what letter it starts with. If it starts with C, I've got to go through hundreds or thousands of words to find the right C. But anyway, Jesus, why do you put boobs on men? Jesus, why don't you just have the boobs come out of the women so they don't have to live with them their whole life when they're pregnant or they're reproducing? Now, I'm going to say something here that, because I can say whatever I want. I can say, I'm out of the Mormon church. Freedom. Freedom. Martin Luther King. Free at last. Free at last. Anyway, I'm also going to say to Jesus, now listen, the way you make girls pee is ridiculous. First of all, most of them can't stand up. And when they sit down, their pee goes everywhere. On their legs, on their butt, on the toilet seat. What's your problem? You can't put a little tiny tube on there where they can stand up like a man and take it like a man? I'm on your side, girls. I'm on your side. I think that when men can run anywhere and take a pee, pull their pants down, boom, they're gone. The women have to go and pull their pants down, and then they have to do that. And I've often wondered why, we have toilet paper. Well, I know that we have toilet paper for poo-poo, but the women have to have it because they pee all over themselves. Is that God's revenge? Jesus, born of Mary? And he comes out of there and goes, oh, look, she has no pee-pee either. Hey. Anyway, I'm going to improve on my people when I make them. And I promise you girls, I'll make peeing a lot easier. And what's with the period thing? You know, when you live with a house of women, I'm living in a house of women, and I don't know if you know this, but when women all live together, I don't know how it happens, but pheromones or whatever, they all start to have their periods at the same time. So it used to be, I was in hell all the time. Well, I'm only in hell 5 days now because they all have their period at the same time. Now, how come we can't control that a little bit? Who wants an orifice that is leaking all the time? Would you like your nose to run all the time into your mouth? Or your ears to drain out all the time, and you can't control it? At least when we pee or go poo-poo, we have sphincter valves, and we have bladders, and we have intestines and peristaltic movement. But a poor girl, she gets her period. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. No control. They're unhappy sometimes. I find very few girls giggle when they're on their period. And they're mean and they're ugly. And god dang, that vagina is a mess. It can't pee. It can't do a period properly. And, I've seen most of my children born. I'm going to give that a C minus. Yeah, they come out of there, and when you see them being born, you'll wonder if that vagina is ever going to go back the way it used to look, but they do. But anyway, you got blood and you've got baby water. I don't know. A vagina is a machine that really needs some improvement. It's kind of like a nuclear reactor that melts down every month. And I'm going to improve that. I'm not quite sure yet how, but I do have some ideas, and I'm studying it on the computer, if you know what I mean. So anyway, you guys have a good time. I'll be on now and then. You get what you pay for. The Mormons think, years ago, the Mormons thought I had a writer. Sorry, I still have a little bit of a cough. I don't have any writers. The writer is here in my brain. The writer is my experience of over 50 years in the Mormon Church, in one stake presidency, two or three elders quorum presidents, and working at the temple in Los Angeles for a year or so. So I've been active all the time. I've never been excommunicated. I used to pay my tithing. Now I buy new cars. I'd rather have a new car than tithing. I don't want blessings in the future. I want a blessing today. I want my blessings today. I don't want a gold house or gold roads. They might not be there. Give it to me today. So I do. I have all cathedral ceilings and fans and a jacuzzi tub that I lay in and just dream about the days of being out of the Mormon church. So, my life is improved. It's slow. The Mormon church is a cult, and they put inside of you developmental parts of a human being. So when you leave the Mormon church, you're going to have some empty holes where the cult filled those holes. You'll have to learn to fill those holes yourself. It will take you 5 or 10 years if you've been in the cult to start to be somewhat normal. So anyway, be happy, be healthy. I'm trying to lose a little weight, but you know, so are the rest of you. And none of us are, so anyway, I appreciate you looking. I appreciate you watching. And it's funny, whether I do videos or not, my, you know, whatever it is, 32,000 a month view my videos, it doesn't change. So I appreciate that, and you can watch some of the older videos. I was younger, I was better looking. I'm lying. But I want you to know, those of you that have been my friends, I think I've been doing this 5 years. 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's my 5th year, and the Mormons keep thinking I'm going to die. I'm going to live well into my 80s and tell you the truth. The truth is free. No one should charge you 10% for the truth. So anyway, I got to keep getting up and putting my camera on and off. It's not like the old days. I'm back to the old camera. So, thank you for watching. Bard is alive and well, and I intend to continue that way. And when I feel like recording, I will. And when I don't, I won't. I have my free agency. For the first time in my old man's life, being out of the Mormon church, I have true free agency. Never had it before. They told me what underwear to wear, what outer clothes to wear, what my haircut should look like, not having a beard, told me what my underwear should look like, what I should say, what I should eat, what I should do, and how I feel and how I vote, and where I'm supposed to be. That, my friends, is a cult. It's a cult. So the Bard is getting out of the chair, and the Bard is going to upload this, and your gods be with you.